Here's something strange about your mind. You cannot force a thought to stop, but you can answer it. And an answered thought quietly files itself away, even when the answer isn't perfect. Tonight I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. By the end of this video you'll have your own 4-word closing sentence, a library of 25 field-tested sentences for the 5 most common night spirals, and a 7-night practice that trains your brain to close a loop in under a minute. And near the end, I'll show you the one mistake that makes every spiral worse. Almost everyone makes it without knowing. So settle in. The light is going down, the air is soft, and for the next little while, there is nowhere else you need to be. Before we begin, I'd love for you to do 3 small things. If gentle, science-grounded sessions like this help you, press subscribe. It's free, and it tells me to keep making them. Then leave a comment and tell me one thing. What time does your overthinking usually start? 10 p.m.? Midnight? 3 in the morning? I read the answers and they shape what I make next. And please stay to the very end, because the 25 sentences I'm giving you tonight only work if you avoid one specific mistake, and I'm saving it for the last part, after your brain understands why the method works. The order matters, mechanism first, sentences second, the warning last. That's how it sticks. All right, walk with me through this meadow while the light fades. There's a bedroom waiting for us up ahead, and a thought inside it that won't stop circling. Let's find out why it circles. 3 in the morning. You're warm, you're tired, and your mind is running the same thought for the 40th time. Here is the first thing to understand. Your brain does not replay thoughts because they are important. It replays them because they are unanswered. An open question behaves like an unpaid bill. The mind keeps presenting it until something marks it settled. And night is when this gets loud, because the part of your brain that produces answers, the slow, reasonable, executive part, is half asleep, while the part that raises alarms stays on duty. So questions keep surfacing, and the department that answers them has gone home for the night. That's the whole loop, a question arriving at an empty desk, over and over. Which means the way out is not forcing silence. You cannot outmuscle your own mind, and you felt that. The way out is giving the question the one thing it's actually waiting for, an answer. And here's the part that changes everything. The answer doesn't have to be good. Almost a century ago, a psychologist noticed something odd in a cafe. Waiters remembered unpaid orders in perfect detail and forgot them the moment the bill was settled. It became known as the Zygarnik effect. Unfinished things cling to memory, finished things release. Your spiral works the same way. The filing system in your mind doesn't check whether an answer is wise or complete. It checks one thing. Did this question get a reply with a full stop at the end? That's why I don't know keeps you awake. It's an open drawer. But I'll know tomorrow lets you sleep. It names when the drawer closes. Same uncertainty, different filing status. This is the heart of the method. You are not solving the problem at 3 a.m. You couldn't anyway. You're marking the file answered, so your mind stops presenting it. So what makes a sentence strong enough to count as an answer? It needs 4 ingredients, and most sentences people try are missing at least 2 of them. Ingredient 1, short. 4 or 5 words, because at 3 a.m. your brain can only repeat what is effortless. Ingredient 2. It must be a statement, not a command. This is where most people fail. Stop thinking about it is an order, and orders don't answer questions, they start arguments. The question underneath is still sitting there unanswered, so it simply asks again. Ingredient 3. Present or near future tense. It will all work out someday is too far away to file anything tonight. It's handled for tonight closes today's file, and today's is the only file that's open. Ingredient 4. The one that decides everything. It must be believable. Your mind is a strict listener. Tell it everything is fine when everything isn't, and it rejects the answer like a bad coin and reopens the case on the spot. You don't need a beautiful sentence. You need one your own chest doesn't argue with. So let's sit with this warm cup for a moment, and then build yours, step by step. Step 1. Find the question hiding under your loop. Every spiral is a question in disguise. Did I mess that up? What if it goes wrong? Should I have said that? Whisper the question out loud. You can't answer what you haven't named. Step 2. Answer it in 5 words or fewer, using words you actually believe. Step 3. The body test. Say your sentence aloud and notice your chest. If it tightens, the sentence is a lie your mind will reject. Soften it until your body stays quiet. Nothing bad will happen usually fails the test. I'll handle what comes usually passes. It doesn't promise an outcome, it promises you. Step 4. End it with a full stop you can feel. Say the sentence once, then let one long, slow exhale be the period at the end. Try it with me. Breathe out slow all the way down. That breath tells your body the case is closed. But some nights the spiral moves faster than crafting, so let's stock your shelf with ready-made sentences, starting with the most common spiral of all. The 3 AM replay, today's moments, looping. The meeting, the conversation, the thing you should have said. These replay because the day ended before your mind finished filing it, so the unfiled moments come looking for you in the dark. 5 sentences that close them. 1. That moment is over. Simple, true, present tense. 2. I did enough today. Notice it says enough, not everything. Enough is believable. 3. Tomorrow me takes over. It appoints a successor, so the night shift can finally clock out. 4. It's filed until morning. You're speaking the filing system's own language back to it. 5. Nothing needs me now. Look around the dark, quiet room when you say that one. It's actually true, and your chest knows it. Pick whichever one loosens something in you when you say it. That's your match. Now, the replay loops on the past. But there's a spiral that loops on the future, and it wears a very convincing disguise. It pretends to be preparation. The what-if disaster spiral. Here's its trick. Your brain rehearses catastrophe and calls it preparation. It feels productive. You're getting ready. But notice what's missing at 3 a.m. Paper, phone calls, decisions, action. Rehearsing fear without acting isn't preparation. It's just fear on a loop. The closing sentence works by restoring the real division of labor. Daytime prepares, nighttime rests. 5 sentences. 1. I'll handle it then. Then, not now. You're not denying the risk, you're scheduling your response. 2. Worry isn't preparation. Naming the trick breaks the disguise. 3. I'll know more tomorrow. True for almost every what if. Tonight holds the least information of any hour you'll live. 4. Not tonight's problem. 4 words and a clear jurisdiction. 5. I've met hard before. Your record of surviving difficult things is real evidence. Let it testify. Say 1, full stop, exhale, done. Next comes the spiral with the sharpest teeth, replaying what you said to other people. The social replay, the thing you said, the joke that landed wrong, the message you maybe shouldn't have sent. Here's what research on the spotlight effect keeps finding. We dramatically overestimate how much other people notice and remember about us, because every person is busy starring in their own replay. The awkward moment you're looping right now, the other person is most likely looping one of their own. 5 sentences. 1. They've already moved on. 2. I was human there. 3. One moment isn't me. 4. I meant well then. 5. It's smaller than it feels. That last one matters, because night views everything through a magnifying glass, and naming the magnification is what shrinks it. By the way, if this session is landing for you, a quiet subscribe means the next one finds you on exactly the night you need it. Now, there's a spiral I want to handle with extra care because it loops on the thing you care about most, your body. Health worry at night. First, the honest frame. If something in your body concerns you, the answer is a daytime answer, a call, an appointment, a real check by someone qualified. The closing sentence never replaces care. It's for the hours when no care is possible. Because here's the trap. At 3 a.m. you cannot examine anything. You can only imagine, and imagination always escalates in the dark. So the sentence points to the plan, not the fear. Rest a hand where the worry sits, take one slow breath in with me and try these. 1. I have a plan. And make sure you do. The sentence borrows its power from a real daytime step. 2. Noticing isn't knowing. 3. Daytime me checks this. 4. Rest is helping now. True, and it gives tonight a job to do. 5. Fear isn't evidence. Feelings are real, but they are not test results. One spiral remains, the quietest one, and maybe the most exhausting, the decision you keep redeciding. Decision loops. You weigh it, you decide, and an hour later you're weighing it again. Here's why it loops. Both options carry a loss, and your mind keeps hoping one more pass will find the lossless path. It won't, not because you're failing, but because there is nothing new to find. No new facts arrive at 3 a.m. So the closing sentence doesn't pick the option, it appoints a time. 5 sentences. 1. I decide Saturday morning. Use a real day. Vague deadlines don't file. 2. Both roads are walkable. Look across the water at the far shore. You would survive either crossing. 3. No new facts tonight. 4. Good enough is good. Perfect options are a myth that keeps files open forever. 5. Either way, I'll cope. And there it is, the full library, 25 sentences, 5 spirals. But a sentence on a shelf is not a reflex in your body, and the reflex is what closes a spiral in under a minute. That takes 7 nights. Here's exactly how. The 7-night protocol. Nights 1 and 2, just catch and name. When the loop starts, whisper its type, replay, what if, decision, then say your sentence once. The naming matters. Putting a feeling into words tends to soften the brain's alarm response because you shift from being the storm to describing the weather. Nights 3 and 4, add the full stop. Sentence, then one long exhale, slow all the way out. The thought will come back, that is not failure. That's the system testing whether the file is really closed. Same sentence, same exact words, every time. Nights 5 and 6, add the anchor. Rest a hand on your chest each time you say it, so the gesture itself begins to mean case closed. Night 7, notice the speed. Most people find the loop closing noticeably faster, and the goal, over time, is under a minute from spiral to silence. But the whole protocol collapses if you make the mistake I promised to show you. Here it is. The mistake that makes every spiral worse, arguing with the thought. The spiral says you ruined it, and you respond with evidence. No, look, it actually went fine. Remember when it feels like fighting back. But watch the mechanics, a debate has turns. Every rebuttal you offer invites a counter-argument, and your mind supplies one, because that's what minds do with debates. Worse, arguing tells your filing system that this case is open, contested, and important. You haven't closed the file. You've upgraded it. The method is the opposite of debate. Answer once, then stop. Full stop, exhale, no closing arguments. And when the thought returns, it will. Do not write a better sentence. Repeat the same one, word for word, like a clerk calmly restamping the same file. Boring on purpose. Variation reads as renegotiation, repetition reads as settled. The thought was never an opponent to defeat. It's a question to answer once. One last piece. What do you do in the silence right after the sentence? After the full stop, there's a silence, and attention hates a vacuum. If you give it nothing, it snaps straight back to the file you just closed. So give it somewhere to land, the body. The weight of the blanket on your feet, the cool air at your nostrils. And if your chest still feels wound tight, use the breath your body already knows, the one it does naturally after crying. 2 inhales through the nose, 1 long breath in, then a small top-up sip at the peak and a long, slow exhale through the mouth. Try it with me in a little more and let it all the way out. The double inhale reopens the small air sacs in the lungs, and the long exhale slows the heart through the body's own calming circuitry. 1 or 2 of those, and your body stops broadcasting emergency, which matters, because a calm body sends no alarms for the mind to investigate. The file stays filed. Attention lands on the blanket, the breath, the mist, and sleep comes to find you. So let's fold this gently and put it away. Your brain replays thoughts because they're unanswered, not because they're important. An answer files them, even an imperfect one, if it's short, believable, a statement, and ends with a full stop you can breathe. You now have 25 sentences for the 5 night spirals, the replay, the what if, the social loop, the health worry, the redecided decision. 7 nights to make it a reflex. And one rule above everything: answer once, never argue. I make a new calm session like this every single week, so if tonight helped, subscribing means the next one arrives right when you need it. And next time, I'll show you what to do when you wake at 3 a.m. and can't fall back asleep. The exact breathing rhythm that walks your body back down into sleep, step by step. Tell me in the comments which spiral visits you most, the replay, the what if, or the decision loop. Sleep softly tonight, mind in bloom.
Follow for new calm reset every night. Mind in bloom.